Remember when he said the revolution would be televised? The major difference between the astrology of right now, mirroring the astrology back in the Civil War, is technology. And the fact that we can all keep track of everything in a way that we couldn't before. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Graciela Moore. I wrote Moon Magic and Mindfulness with Grace 2026 Manifestation Agenda / Journal. And we are here to discuss where the moon is at the beginning of the week and for the rest of the week, and some of the astrology so that we can make sense, strategize about how to just survive the times we're living. Now, before we begin following the book and talking about where the moon is this week, starting with the first quarter in Taurus on January 26th, let's talk about the major astrology happening this week. And that is Neptune leaving Pisces and entering Aries for the next 14 years. Just like Pluto entering Aquarius and being there for, I don't remember right now, this affects us as a group. The moon is the closest, and that's also why I like to focus on the moon transits every single week and how it affects us emotionally. But Neptune joining Aries, it's going to change the vibe. It will change the mood. I feel like it's already happening with people seeing what's transpiring and how it's affecting them emotionally, viscerally, ideally, and how it is mirroring values and self assessments and questioning self purpose and our place in the world with everything that's happening. I feel like even though this transit starts on January 26th, it's already rippling throughout. Consider recent events. Now, Neptune in Pisces has been a lot of fog, idealism, boundless energy, and now Neptune in Aries. I'm scared of how the pattern that has been developed up until now will evolve and into what? Because Aries is action, but it's a lot more fierce. It's the fire directed by Mars. It is definitely seeking to light up a fire and wreak havoc. And so it is a bit stressful. However, the reason why I bring it up is because this is the kind of transit that if I were to break up the astrology for you sign by sign, oh, for the Leos and for the Taurus, etc., it's almost the same because these are major transits that affect all of us. So all in all, there is a narrowing down of what we believe in and how we can embody in the flesh with the people around us, one on one, what we believe in, what we stand for, who we are. And if we don't know how to fill in those blanks, then there's a lot of self questioning happening right now. How are you coping with that? And are you even interested in narrowing down the answers so that you can further self develop and grow into the individual that you were meant to become? This is why I love astrology so much, because when the rest of the world is chaotic and I'm scrolling and a lot of things are happening that I feel in my chest and that I know affect me way past the point of seeing what I'm seeing, because it stays with me, right? One of the things I love to hold on to is what is going on with the astrology? What does it tell me about the situation? And how can I best incorporate whatever there is to learn into my life? This is the moment to slow down in the moments that we really need to rest. This moon in Taurus, that's what that's telling me. Starting Monday with the first quarter moon in Taurus, this is the fork in the road where you have to decide, what am I going to do to take care of myself? What does taking care of myself look like? If you need the nap, you have to take the nap. Neptune in Pisces is a lot of thinking, Neptune moving into Aries is putting those ideas into action. What is the strategy? If the strategy is journaling, then junk journaling. And that's when I start like not even looking at the page. I'm like looking out the window and scribbling, but I'm not scribbling, I'm writing. I don't know if you've ever done that, but then go back to read it, or just crumple it up and burn it if you are really experiencing a lot that you are automatic writing. Toss it and let's really, really, really pay attention to how we can slow our body down, our breath, our pulse. There is a lot of rage. There's a lot of frustration, confusion, and so many questions, so many arguments, and so many opinions. There will come a time where all of that will be heard. Now, I don't do a lot of personal readings, but when I feel the urge, I definitely do. And everything I'm saying is the energy of the King of Wands. He is leaving behind personal turmoil. Notice the wave behind him, sitting comfortably in his truth, cup filled, strategy in place. How can we embody the things that we stand for in a safe, harmonious way? With the South Node in Leo, there is a sense of it's not so much about the me, but about us and where we go collectively. For this first quarter moon, the affirmation is the following: I root my wild ideas in steady soil. What I build now will bear both the mark of earth and star. Practical magic made real by my hands. This is about the day to day little things that will help us calm down amidst the chaos. Come Wednesday, the moon moving into Gemini is going to bring up community. See, another major transit happening this week is Mars conjunct Pluto. So this affects everyone. This is about action taken from fear. So take a time to reflect, think before you act. There's a time to shine individually and a time to come together. And if you still see what you see and don't realize what time we're living, then I don't know what to tell you. By Thursday evening, the moon will be in Cancer, so emotions will be super high. I wouldn't be surprised if there is extra drama happening throughout the course of the week. Hopefully not, but as I've said many times, it will get worse before it gets better. That's usually how these cycles work. Think about the degrees of each zodiac sign: the 0 degree, the number 1 degree of sparking, of beginning, of hope, of commencement, of just starting something new, and then ending on that 29 critical degree that is extremely dramatic and heavy, right before the energy switches to a brand new sign, a brand new chapter. We're going to be discussing a lot of endings and beginnings throughout the whole year because, as the agenda let me know as I was doing it and putting it together, this is a year of a lot of transitions and a lot of personal development. Considering the amount of Mondays that have transformational moons, sort of like the first quarter moon in Taurus, where you have to make a decision before you move forward, or with months starting with a transformational moon, kind of like the one in February 1st, this coming Sunday, full moon in Leo. Now, the South Node is in Leo, so there's a lot that's going to come up personally that will be put in question, as in, how does this affect the collective? Breathe, journal, meditate, cry it out, sing it out. Educate yourself in the things that are important to you. It's not the time to rely on others and their point of view. It is the time to learn for yourself so that you can answer these questions as they apply to you in your life. Now, if you think that the year has already been dramatic enough, you have no idea, because February starts with a full moon in Leo And quickly, 17 days later, on Chinese New Year, it has a new moon and a solar eclipse in Pisces. It's almost like that last hurrah of Pisces as it says goodbye to our friend Neptune. So let's talk about the questions for this full moon. Where am I being called to step forward and shine? Not for validation, but to inspire and contribute. What relationships or communities nurture my creativity and truth? How can I better nurture them? Which ones dim my inner flame? Now, here's the affirmation for that full moon happening in Leo. It makes me feel a certain way considering that I wrote this and what's happening, but here's what came up for me about this full moon. By the lion's heart and the water bearer's wind, I call my courage into form. Let passion meet purpose and love meet wisdom. May my fire inspire and not consume. May my voice awaken growth in every soul it touches. And so it is. As always, I am so grateful for everyone that comments, asks questions, and connects with me in any way about what's happening and how we can better support each other. I am so grateful if you're following the journey. Thank you for the last 4 years. I'm grateful for Brain FM. Do not forget to tune in to Brain FM for your brain to really settle down into breath work and meditation. Follow the link in the bio or in the description for a free trial and 20% discount on your membership. I will see you next week. I hope you're safe.